Here's a serious question that a Twitter wrote to me.
Okay.
Why has there never been a black Bachelor?
It's not from lack of trying. To be honest,
Really?
I was talking to the producers, and first of all, it's well above my pay grade as to who our bachelor is.
You're not the booker, so it's not your responsibility.
But I will say that it's funny. We have a much deeper pool of white Americans than we do, and not just black. I mean, any minority. We have a much smaller pool of people that come to us and want to be on our show.
Are you telling me that blacks do not apply for the show? Males?
Not nearly in the same amount of numbers as whites do.
Well, that's because there aren't as many in the country. There aren't as many African Americans as Caucasians in the country,
right, or Latino, or anything. I mean,
Asian.
Yeah, and I again well above my pay grade, but I would love to see that. But people also have to understand, as you well know, that we are an entertainment show. They are going to do what's best for business and what's best for ratings, and hopefully we will jump over that bridge and have somebody.
Now there was a little bit of a scandal. First of all, this guy Reality Steve. You got a rat on the show that supplies this website. What happened there?
I don't with leaks getting out this season. We have a good idea of how that happens and who that is. Selfishly, it doesn't hurt our ratings. So although we try and find it, we would love to plug the leak. And I hate the fact that there is any fan out there that has stumbled upon a spoiler and it's ruined it for him in any way.
You mean there's all these people hanging by a thread? Oh, who's it going to be? Who's going to get the rose?
But you are talking about it.
How do I go on?
I sense the sarcasm. I'm getting a feeling of spoilers get out there, and I apologize for that. But there are a select few of obsessed people, and oddly enough, very obsessed men. Because most of these guys are guys that are obsessed with me in this show, which is
they're obsessed with you.
Turns me on in a certain way, but in a way scares me.
Well, could you elaborate on that? What do you mean?
It's like ice dancing in the Olympics with
Are the men attracted to you who watch the show?
No, I'm just saying a lot of these bloggers and stuff are men, the ones that are digging and getting all this stuff, and I'm like, how obsessed are you with this show? Because it's not typically our audience.
But wait a second, they're men who are looking at these girls, right?
I guess.
And some of them are attracted to you and The Bachelor. That's the way it goes.
No, a lot of them, I would assume.
Well, why do you think your ratings are so high?
And we do, actually, in all honesty, we have a lot of men watching this show. And it's usually...
We have two who work here.
I run into men and women at restaurants, bars, whatever, all the time. My wife and I will be out. And it's always the woman who will say, oh, we love your show. And it's the guy who spends 30 minutes asking me detailed questions about the show, who initially says, I don't really watch that much, but tell me about Jake and Allie, and they know everything about the show.
Really? Now, so a lot of people
You can't even feign interest. you can't even pretend to care.
I like you, though. Yeah. I like you. You're terrific.
You're like being with my wife. It's fantastic. I'm like, honey, it's 16 years. You can't even pretend to care?
No, seriously. I would like to know who's going to get the rose. No, I mean it. I'm serious now. Now, this season, one of the women, Rosalind, had an affair with a producer on the show. That was really not kosher, right? What happened there?
That was not kosher, not cool at all, and it was a very obvious line that was crossed. That's not even a real gray area. You can't mess around with producers, and vice versa. This producer who we fired, obvious mistake. He confessed to this several times over.
Why'd you fire him?
Well, because you can't mess around with our contestants. It's So
what happened to her?
I kicked her off the show as well.
You did?
Yeah, I mean, I explained to her, you can't be here for Jake. You can't be here for any sincere reason.
They may be the only couple that actually gets married on the show.
Well, our producer, and they are still seeing each other. And
see?
Yeah, they are still together. Yeah, exactly.
No rose, no ring, no begging, none of that, and they're still together.
They are still seeing each other. And I even told her, I told her, I said, look, I'm not even mad at you. I don't care. It's not right or wrong. Who cares? You found love with this guy. Bless your heart. Go have kids.
But now he's an unemployed producer.
Right, so I'm sure she's going to dump him now.